A very warm welcome here on my YouTube channel to another Explain 11 flight video in VR. Yeah, it's been a while since my last video that I've recorded. Meanwhile, Explain is on version 11.51 with the Vulkan API support. And one of the bigger differences actually, I am sitting in an Airbus A319. The rest of my videos, or the other ones, I recorded using the Cibo 737 from Boeing. Just decided this time to use the Airbus in order to do something different now. I like flying the Airbuses in a couple of times now. That one is the A319 from ToLiss, which is, from my point of view, one of the best you can actually get for Explain 1150 in terms of simulation depth and performance, which is very great in that Airbus versions compared to the other ones from maybe Flight Factor, which is really a nightmare in terms of performance, especially in VR. Okay, I also have some quite nice scenery add-ons now. One of that is the OrbX Canary Island scenery, and that's why we are sitting here at the Canary Islands at Fuerteventura, actually. So this is Fuerteventura Airport. It's the default Explain airport. It's not looking very nice, I must say, but actually there is an payware add-on Fuerteventura. I also have that, but the main problem is that this is not compatible with the OrbX mesh, actually. So if you load this third-party payware airport, you get very strange mesh discontinuity effects between the OrbX scenery and that airport, so it's actually not looking very nice. That's why I'm here in the default Fuerteventura airport. The destination, by the way, will be La Palma, Golf Charlie Lima Alpha. This is one of the detailed airports coming with the OrbX scenery, so we are flying into that, and this is also a very interesting NDB approach. There is no ILS actually on that airport. You have to fly NDB approaches, which is an interesting thing to do. Okay, yeah, just some few words to the Airbus itself. It's if you know my other videos with the Boeing 737, it's a little bit different from the feeling and from the philosophy of flying, actually. So Boeing is more like old-fashioned legacy jet flying. Airbus is more, let's say, a modern style, very computered plane that is doing everything by its own. It's fly-by-wire. It has a yoke, so it's a flight stick, and it's it's all more, let's say, computer-aided than in the Boeings. You have to like it, but actually it's fine to fly it, actually, and I like it. I wanted to introduce it here in that. So, okay, enough words with the Airbuses. Actually, let's get this flight started now. We are flying, as I said, from Fuerteventura to La Palma over the Canary Islands. I picked up quite a scenic route, hopefully, to enjoy these beautiful OrbX sceneries. We start, get some lights on, and get the initialization of the FMS ready. For that we need the ToLiss interactive menu. Just have a look to the load settings. So we have 130 passengers, 1.8 tons of cargo, 5.9 tons of fuel on board. That's the configuration for today. So we are flying from Golf Charlie Foxtrot Victor to Golf Charlie Lima Alpha. We are an Iberia flight today, IBE. Let's just call it 123. Not real flight. Costa X35. Flight level will be 240 today. Line the IRS. Just 1 minute left. Okay. Request some winds. And then we are doing the flight plan. So, Golf Charlie, Foxtrot Victor. Departure will be on runway 101 with the Larry 5 Quebec. Authorization in departure. Insert that. And we have a destination. The arrival will be on runway 18. And we have the Larry 1 Foxtrot. No via, no transition. Put it in the flight plan. So we have that flight plan ready. We are starting northbound, doing a left turn through the SID to Alaris waypoint, to TFN, to Nassau, and then on the NDB approach, which I'll tell you later a little bit more. So what we actually need is a fix point. Whoop. So there is a VOR in La Palma. It's Bravo Victor. We take that as the reference fix, and 32 radio in a distance of 16 nautical miles around. So that is something we need for flying this NDB approach, actually. So, alright, looks good. Then let's have a look at the performance page. So this is the nice thing about the ToLiss. It has an integrated performance calculator. It's you just, once you are set your departure airport and the runway, you just have to select the flaps configuration. We're going flaps 1 plus F for the departure, and it gives you automatically the takeoff speeds. So we can just take over those speeds in the FMC. So 152, 152, 154. Alright, flaps 1. And the derated takeoff with flex temperature of 66. Usually in the sim you also can go with toga thrust, but in the reality you would usually have a derated takeoff just to for the engines not to get busy too much, actually. So we have to set the trim, trim up to 0.4. Do that later. Yeah, that's quite it for the performance page. We just then have to finalize the NDB page with the weights. So we have 55.6 tons of weight, 0 fuel weight, and we have center of gravity 27.6, and we have 5.9 tons of fuel on board. Alright, this gives us, 1 hour extra time, 1 hour 50 minutes, it's quite enough. Okay. Anyway, alright, that's quite it for the FMC, so we can now actually request our clearance. Iberia 4905, ready to copy.
Iberia 4905 is cleared to Golf Charlie Lima Alpha. Climb via the LARY5Q departure, with the Laris transition, then direct to Tango Foxtrot November then as filed. Expect departure runway 01. Climb to flight level 210 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 10 minutes after departure. Squawk 6606.
Iberia 495 is cleared to Golf Charlie Lima Alpha, climb via the Larry 5Q departure, with the Laris transition, then direct to Tango Foxtrot November then as filed. Climb to flight level 210 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 10 minutes after departure. Squawk 6606.
Iberia 495 read back correct. QNH is 1015 let us know when you are ready for pushback.
QNH is 1015 Iberia 495.
Alright, that's for the clearance, so we can switch on the APU now with hitting the master switch and waiting for the APU to come online. Now it's on, and we can start it now. So it takes some time. Meanwhile, we switch the lights on that the passenger bridge will disappear. Okay. And while the APU is starting up, spooling up, we can request a pushback. Iberia 495, ready for pushback and engine start. Iberia 495, ready for pushback and engine start.
Iberia 495 pushback and engine start approved.
Pushback and engine start approved Iberia 495.
Okay, meanwhile we just get some charts on here. So we probably need the airport chart for here. Find our way out. Okay, the APU is online, so we can switch the ground power off and close that menu here. Alright, I think pretty much everything is set for engine start, APU lead. So we can request the pushback now.
Ground cockpit, TOW is driving up.
As the tow coming up, we are looking for the approach charts. In the meantime, Golf Charlie Lima Alpha, La Palma, and we are going the NDB approach to runway 18. I'll explain you something about that later. Alright, so first of all we have to have the airport chart to find our taxiway out.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
So the nose is lifting up now.
TOW connected and bypass being inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, so we are waiting for the pushback.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Good, starting engines at the Airbus is a quite easy thing. You put the ignition switch to ignition and just start the engine too. Everything else is running automatically. That means spooling up N2 to 25%, and then automatically it's open up the fuel valves and injecting the fuel into the engines. The Iberia A319 right of us. The TUI left of us. This is, by the way, traffic global that simulates this traffic and the other aircrafts here. It's all live traffic, by the way. It's giving you quite a nice add-on, not to be alone in the world, at least. Okay, engine 1 is up and running. Engine 2, sorry, engine 1. Okay, engine 1 is up and running too. It means we can switch off the APU bleed, we can switch off the APU and bring the ignition switch back to normal.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
That.
Disconnecting tow. Standby.
Ground spoilers to armed. Flaps to 1 for takeoff. 1+ F. It's quite hazy, actually, but yeah, it's. I think it's changing as soon as we have reached some altitude. Okay, can do a flight controls check. Meanwhile, so starting with the rudder, full right, full left rudder. Aileron, full left, full right, full up, full down.
Tower is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. And signal the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Perfect, thank you so much. Okay, it's driving away. Alright, bye bye. See you next time. Okay. I had the taxi clearance, sorry, forgot that. Iberia 4905, ready to taxi. Iberia 4905, ready to taxi.
Iberia 4905 taxi to runway 01 via taxiways Tango 3, Tango 4, Tango 5, hold short runway 01.
Taxi to runway 01 via taxiways Tango 3, Tango 4, Tango 5, hold short runway 01 Iberia 4905.
Now we can. Ready to go. Taxi light on. Maximum speed 10 knots on the apron. Okay, final checklist for takeoff is auto brakes to max. Okay. cabin check and take config check. Everything is normal, no blue. So we are getting out here. Tango 5, maximum 15 knots for turns, otherwise our passengers just get sick before we have taken off. Alright. Don't trust. Gently speed up a little bit. By the way, the BSS sound pack for the ToLiss A319, the CFM1, but as Eva mentions, this is really a nice and worth the price add-on that gives an absolutely immersive sound. It's for the Airbus. It's definitely ways better than the default sounds of the ToLiss, which are not bad by the way, but the BSS sound pack is always recorded from the real aircraft, so that's absolutely fantastic. So it gives you all the rattling noises and rolling noises, and combined with the butt kicker, by the way, I also have mounted.
5 contact tower on 118.47. Have a good flight.
Tower on 118.47 Iberia 495.
To go some more down. Until I can do that. Yeah, with the butt kicker it's actually rattling your seat and it's giving you some more immersion for feeling actually some vibrations in your seat. Absolutely recommended. So, okay, taxi, keeping the center lane for taxi. Fast actually now. Slow down. Okay, we are taking the. Yeah. Let's take that one here. Oh, the next one. Slow down to maximum 15 knots for the turns. Can contact the tower. I think it's already tuned in, so we can ask for departure clearance. Iberia 495 ready for departure, runway 01.
Iberia 495 contact ground on 121.7 for taxi instructions. Ground on 121.7 for taxi. Iberia 495.
No, I don't want to contact ground. I want to get my takeoff clearance. Okay, try it once again. Iberia 495 ready for departure, runway 01.
Iberia 495 contact ground on 121.7 for taxi instructions.
It's mismatching
ground on
my position actually.
121.7 for taxi. Iberia 495.
Try that again. Contact the tower. We are on the wrong point, so maybe we will switch the ATC off. Otherwise, request take off. Let's try that again.
Ground Iberia 495 ready for departure runway 01. Iberia 495 contact ground on 121.7 for taxi instructions. Ground on 121.7 for taxi.
I think it's
Iberia 495.
actually, yeah, it's expecting us somewhere else, so that's why it's the problem. We got the problem here. So let's switch the ATC off because it's not going to make sense anyway. So yeah, let's just assume we have already our takeoff clearance, putting the lights on. And have a look. Nothing, nobody on final. That means we just go straight out now. Okay, line up the runway. Spooling the engines up to 50% and 1. Releasing the brakes and go to the flex set. Ja, dürfen Sie. Ja. Danke. Gear up. So, we are leaving Fuerteventura behind us. Speed now, flaps up, ground spoilers disarmed, get the automation in. Okay, so we can close the airport chart for Fuerteventura. Transition altitude should be 6,000 feet here in Spain. That means, yeah, shortly. These islands and Canary Islands are most of all volcano regions. That's what you see here. These interesting volcano hills are down there. They have all their unique climate, environment, and it's very interesting actually. Okay, standard pressure, switch the lights off. So we also left the hazy layer actually, with beautiful sunshine here now, and we will get some clouds close to our destination, so very few clouds we expect there, but the weather is still fine. Directly to our cruising altitude because ATC is now off due to that mismatch of yeah. Maybe I should have taken the correct entry down there. Maybe then it would have worked, but yeah, anyway, it's not that important. So just for now, without ATC, that's fine. Okay guys, for now, just yeah, we going to reach our cruising altitude, so I'll see you in a minute as soon as we are on the cruising flight level. Welcome back guys, here nearly reached our final cruising altitude of flight level 240. Actually, meanwhile, I started the ATZ tool again and filed a flight plan, reported my position. So let's let's be surprised if they guide us maybe now into our NDB approach. So we expect vectors normally, but yeah, let's see if that goes or not. Okay, cruise level reached. So. Release the seatbelt signs and enjoy this beautiful landscape. If we see something. Currently we don't have, we have only water at the moment. So let's have a look at the map. We are passing actually these islands northbound, so what we are doing a left turn very shortly and crossing the Gran Canaria, which is left of us actually, over there, and so we are hopefully passing by and can see something of this beautiful scenery. Okay, and to the destination data we have about maybe 80 miles to go until top of descent. But we can already enter the weather data for La Palma. So let's have a look at the weather in La Palma. Of Charlie Lima Alpha. So we have a pressure of 1014, 21 degrees, 0 with 1 knots, nearly no wind. 1014. 21 degrees and 0 with 1 knot. So, okay, then just now some words to the NDB approach. So this is why we are going into that runway. That means we will probably get vectors from the ATC that guide us to this point here, the D16.0, which we have to reach at a flight level of 4,000 feet. Then we are descending down to 3,000 feet at that point, and we have to go on the 212 radial in to the Bravo Victor VOR. This is the fix ring I put in this point here, so we have to go straight in there. This is the opposite, and yeah, we have to go all the way down to the minimums. Minimums is you find on a chart down here, which is for a Class C aircraft, which we are. It's 1630 barrel. Means on that fixed point 4 nautical miles away from the VOR, we have to be on 1,600 feet, turn in, and then straight on the runway. That's the approach we are flying actually. So that means we have to put in the minimums. This is what I said, 1630 is an MDA. That's basically it. So, cruising page, we have 76 nautical miles until top of descent. So, let's sit back, enjoy, get some coffee from the flight attendants, and wait for going down actually. Okay, some clouds appear now, some very minor few clouds. This is Ultra Weather XP add-on. I inject the weather, as you have seen maybe, with Active Sky. Active Sky Explain gives a really nice weather precipitation with the winds, perfect winds, the even high altitudes, and the clouds and textures, sky colors and things like that. This is what the Ultra Weather XP is making. And the version 2.4, by the way, because that is the version that works in VR quite nice. All the newer versions have some issues in VR with blurry textures, clouds popping in and out, and even the latest one, 262, which came out a few days ago, is had some issues in VR actually. It's even a little bit over-featured with very bright colors and cloud textures. I don't like it actually. I just rolled back to 2.4 after I tried it, but this is the one that really works nice in VR and is even very performance friendly. Okay, so we have Gran Canaria on the left hand side. Oh, is it Gran Canaria? It's not Gran Canaria, sorry guys. It's Gran Canaria. Gran Canaria, maybe it's Gran Canaria. It's on the left hand. Straight ahead is Tenerife. It's straight ahead. So guys, I just make a break here and yeah, see you once we have started our descent down to La Palma. Welcome back. So we are just right before our top of descent. So I just had a look actually what in my ATC tool. It's I think it's going to be a little bit further away, the top of descent. Anyway, let's check. Should be close together. I hope that they give us actually this descent command quite soon. Meanwhile, we are passing Fuerteventura, which is down there. Beautiful scenery, beautiful island. Nice to be there and nice to look on. Actually, so going on the right turn, leaving Fuerteventura left of us, and heading down to La Palma for our NDB approach. We have reached our calculated top of descent now. That means we should go down in order to slightly or gently catch our vertical profile. However, let's have a look what the ATC is. Yeah, it's just a bit down there. Let's wait actually for the ATC to bring us down. I think we should go down now, because otherwise it's going too problematic with the speed reduction. In a very steep descent. Look on the descent rate, 57. The plane tries to catch the vertical profile, and yeah, if we would have waited longer, then it caused problems for the final approach. Actually, that's why we have to go down now, even if ATC is not guiding us down. Vertical profile is nearly catched. You see the little blue arrow here, and indeed this is the point where it's calculated to catch the profile. So yeah, we've already are behind that. That means ATC is not give us any instructions anymore. That's probably the problem. The guidance lost. Even so we have to do it by our own, which is not a problem. Okay, so we are heading straight into La Palma. So I'm switching back now to the approach page here, the approach chart. You can see when we are going in. Coming in from Nazol, which is the waypoint actually here, and going into that point. We can also go straight in. I think the our own navigation is going to bring us directly into, it means from Nazol on 236 direct in here, which is basically even, but we will follow the chart actually, so go on that manually. Go to 3000. So vertical profile it's coming up. You see the small green dot here, which is indicating that it's now intercepting our vertical profile and reducing hopefully then our descent rate and also the speed now, because we have to reduce the speed to 250 below 10,000 feet. That's what the airplane is doing right now, reducing descent rate and reducing the speed to 250 knots. Okay. Meanwhile, we have a short runway. That means we should go on auto brakes medium. So let's help the plane with speed brakes in, just not to lose the vertical profile again. We will not follow the calculated, the managed speeds, because they will slow us down much too late. I wanted to go fully configured at a earlier point. Okay, below 10,000 feet, we can put the lights on. Heading mode. On the open descent and reduce the speed to 220. So we intercept the radial now. So now we are on the radial. Nearly reached the 3,000 feet. Go to 180. Flaps 2. A little bit too early. Overspeeding. So, and then we have to go down to 1,600 feet once we have reached.
Iberia 495 contact tower on 118.9er. Have a good afternoon.
Tower on 118.9er. Iberia 495.
ATC's back. Welcome. Okay. Going down.
Tower Iberia 495 at 3,000 feet. Iberia 495, good afternoon. Squawk 1200 QNH is 1014.
Okay. So
2,500.
So we are now nearly at minimum point.
2,000.
A little bit before the final approach fix. Okay, so we have reached the minimums. Put the gear down. Check. Back to managed mode. Flaps free. Okay, going to manual. Turning in. Flaps full. A little bit too high still. Runway. Yes, we are. Okay, to retro.
300.
right?
200.
Terrain.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Touchdown. Not really on center line, but okay. Welcome to La Palma, ladies and gentlemen. Vacating the runway. Switch the APU on. Flips up. Okay. So we have to wait until the APU is. We can switch all the lights off. APU is nearly online. Okay. APU online, we can switch the engines off. Okay, release the passengers. Okay, where's this bridge? No bridge coming. Okay, anyway. Alright guys, so I think that's pretty it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this flight, and I think I record some more Airbus flights in very soon. So thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.